Voiceover DLB, training arms. Yes, you guys heard me correctly. I am training these pythons today, and you are now witnessing me do mistake number one, which is taking STW before arm day. Highly not recommended. Halfway through the workout, I could not bend my arms. I guess it was a rookie mistake, maybe by habit, but I don't really train arms that often, so I guess I don't know what I'm doing. But to be completely honest, I seriously never train arms. Honestly, I probably haven't had an arm day since I competed at the Arnold Classic, and even then, I probably only trained them like maybe a handful of times. And it's not because I don't think they're important. I do think they're important, especially for beginners. If you're a beginner or maybe just new into lifting, I think arm training is very important. When I first started, I incorporated an arm day at least once a week, especially for probably the first 3 years. I always had an arm day. And I think it's very important to train your arms and strengthen your arms so that they're not the limiting factor on your chest day, your back day, your shoulder day. Because all those push-pull movements require your biceps and your triceps as secondary movers. So if your bis and tris are giving out before you even get to your chest, then your chest isn't going to grow, you're not going to get stronger, or even your back, whatever you're training. You have push and pull movements on chest day, back day, shoulder day. So your bis and tris are lifting, but you got to get them strong to make the rest of your body strong. So if you are a beginner, maybe your arms aren't strong, or you find that your arms are your limiting factor, definitely throw an arm day in there. I've been training for 12 years, so, and again, I did used to always have an arm day. Just in probably the last 3 or 4 years, I kind of I just don't really train arms all that much. So hence why you have never seen an arm day video. And this is probably the first arm day video in, I don't know, 8 years. There might have been a first one when we first started. But yeah, my chest day, my back day, and my shoulder day, I feel like my arms get so much work because I have so many I have so many compound movements that I throw in there. So my arms are being worked, and then usually, like, if at all, like, I'll throw some isolation work at the end of workouts, but I don't tend to do a whole lot of like arm days. Like, I just don't. But honestly, after this workout, this was such an intense workout that I'm gonna get to talking to in a second. This was such an intense workout, like, that I think I'm going to start incorporating arms again. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. The pump was, I mean, mind you, STW had me like so swole, but not a good swole. I could not function, but I was super pumped, and it's only going to help me improve. So I'll stop being a dumbass and start training arms again, and maybe we'll get some more arm day videos and more inspiration for you. So we are already on the first compound set. So what I wanted to do was break up biceps and triceps and do a compound movement set with an isolation movement. So we started with biceps with an underhand grip chin up that I'm doing right now. And then you'll also see an underhand grip pull down. I actually alternated between them. I did 6 sets. So I did the compound movement, which was the chin or the pull up or the pull down. And then I set it with an isolation movement, which is the dumbbell hammer curls. So each one, if you're not really good with chin ups, maybe that's not your strong point, or you can't get that many. Sometimes my elbow is my limiting factor. I have pretty bad tendonitis in my right elbow that just won't go away. And sometimes, for whatever reason, pull-ups actually aggravate it. So a lot of times I'll substitute pull-ups for pull-downs. So it's a great variation. Also, the pull-downs, I decided to do both. My elbow felt great, and I love chin-ups. But pull-downs, I feel like I can kind of concentrate a little bit more on the biceps, and considering it's arm day, that's what I was trying to do. So that was the first thing I did. I did 6 sets, alternating between the both, and then obviously the hammer curls in between. 6 sets, 10 to 12 for the first thing, and then I think I did about 15 reps for the isolation movement. We're now on to triceps. So then I wanted to do the same kind of thing I did for biceps. I wanted to have a compound movement, which is our close grip bench that I am doing right now. Set that with an isolation movement, which I did body weight dips. Dips can be considered a compound movement as well because you are working your chest and shoulders too, but I just really like dips, and it was super easy to just throw in there and super quick. And I like to keep things really fast, especially when I'm setting things together. I do no break in between. It's bam, 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 do the exercise and move to the next thing. I believe I did 5 sets here, so 5. I don't remember. I obviously went up in weight. Here I'm going up in weight. I'm gonna throw some 45s, get some dance moves over Kaya. So I moved up in weight, and I think I tried to keep everything around 10 to 12 reps. And then for the dips, I just went to failure. Honestly, like by the 5th set, I think I was only getting maybe 6 or 7 because I go hard. I go hard in the paint, and I try to load as much weight on as possible. And then for the isolation movement, I just went to failure. Whew, that was a good one. All right, so we are on to the fun part of the workout. Fun, torture, excruciating pain. I already couldn't feel my arms. So here we're switching to DTP. DTP stands for Dramatic Transformation Principle. This is something my friend Chris Gethens, here he is. This is Chris. I'm just putting him on the screen for you. Chris Gethens, my Welsh friend. A quick story on, I guess, how and why I incorporated DTP into it. But I met Chris probably, I don't know, maybe like five or so years ago. Super rad dude. He's Welsh, so he talks bloody cool. Or that didn't sound really cool, but he talks way cooler than I do. He has a cool accent, so he's fun to listen to. He's covered in tattoo. He's just a fucking badass. But the coolest thing with him is his willingness to experiment with different training principles, different training tactics or techniques, different ways of dieting, and then he basically like researches it and studies it and then does it and then puts it out there and shows you what he did and his progress along the way. I remember currently right now he is training for Ironman. So he's not lifting a whole hell of a lot, but his focuses obviously are on cardio, swimming, biking, and running. So he's doing that, and he's showing you what he's been doing every day, what his diet looks like, his body changes. I remember at one point in time he was training just for a marathon, and he didn't lift at all. And he showed you what he looked like along the way and how he was eating. He went vegan for a couple months and showed you his progress along the way. He's just so fucking cool, and he knows so much. And the first time I ever did a DTP workout was with him in the UK in front of 500 to 800 people, and we did shoulders, and he fucking killed me. And I was like crying on stage. No, that was on leg day. We also did the next year, he put me through a leg day DTP in front of like an entire stadium of people, and I was in tears, just bawling because I was in so much pain and like I couldn't walk for days. But it literally, basically in layman's terms, what DTP is, this shit will fuck you up. It is a lot of reps. It's basically a training technique that involves a different range of rep ranges, a variety of rep ranges. Why can't I say that? A variety of rep ranges, weights, and rest period that targets both slow and fast twitch muscles. So basically, it's a pyramid going up and a pyramid going down. You can do the whole entire pyramid just with one superset. So this is my first superset. It's basically you take two antagonistic muscles, so like biceps and triceps. You can do this with quads and hamstrings. You could do a chest and back day where you're supersetting back and forth, which that will fuck you up. So I chose easy bar curls with easy bar skull crushers, and I kept it pretty simple, so I used the same weight for both exercises. So I started at 50. So the first set you do 50 with 50 barbell curls, and then you go immediately to doing 50 skull crushers. Now 50 sounds like a lot, and you're like, how much weight do I use? Honestly, it might take you a couple times. This was mistake number 2. I went a little bit too heavy because I tried it at first. I put 10s on. I was like, I can do 50 with that. But I usually try to choose something where you can do like 30 to 35 in a row, and then to get to 50, you have to do 5 at a time, and maybe you rest, and then you hit 5 more, and then you rest. And I think with this, I only got to like 25, and then the next 25 were so excruciating that for my set of 40, which as you go down in reps, you need to go up in weight. So you need to add weight every time you go down in reps. So for my set when I was doing 40 reps, I actually kept it the same. But as I went down, you just keep adding weight, very modestly, obviously, until you get down to 10. We are already on, I'm sorry I talk so much, but now we're on to the second, so you're doing 5 sets, so it's 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 of each exercise. Now we changed exercises. Now we're on rope cable extensions and cable curls. But this time we're going to go the opposite direction. So now we're only starting at 10 reps. So we do 10 reps, rope cable extensions, and then you go directly to 10 reps with the cable curls. Again, I tried to keep the weight about the same for both exercises. And now, as you go up in reps, you're going to decrease the weight. It's obvious, it makes sense. So the next set, then we're doing 20-20, and then the next set you're doing 30-30, and then the next set you're doing 40-40, and then the last set, which is horrible, is 50-50. You're not doing a whole lot of weight. 50 reps of anything is hard, even if you weren't using weight at all. 50 reps, it's a lot. So this is when I started sweating my face off. It becomes almost like a cardiovascular weight training. But the intensity that DTP gives is just insane. And I have actually incorporated DTP almost as like finishers. So like on leg day, like I'll do my whole entire leg workout, and then at the end I might finish with DTP extensions and leg curls, and it just fucks you up. Or DTP leg press and extensions or something crazy, and it will fuck you up, seriously. So definitely give it a try, and also do a little research. I know I gave you the super abbreviated form of this, and there's different ways you can utilize this. Sometimes you pyramid up and then pyramid down. So you do 10 sets. So like if we're on the cable extensions like we're on right now with the curls, you would go maybe start at 50, you do 50, next set 40, then 30, then 20, then 10, and then you hit 10 again, and then you go back up 20, 30, 40, 50. And I mean, if that doesn't mess you up, then I don't know what will. So definitely something that you can throw in there. You can do this for your entire workout, or do it like me where it's half your workout, or just use it as a finisher. However you use it, it will definitely mess you up. So you can thank Chris Gethens. You're a psychopath. I'm a psychopath. That's why I love you, and that's why I still incorporate this to this day. So yeah, that was arm day. I hope you enjoyed it. Honestly, when I first, I actually made the workout before I filmed it, and I was thinking, this won't be too bad. It's just arms. But by the end, I was pretty messed up. And if you do it correctly and you keep the intensity level up and you're not cheating yourself and going super duper light on the DTP, like on the 50 reps, you still want to go heavy. Go as heavy as you possibly can. Again, try to pick something where you can do 30 to 35 in a row, and then the next, 15, maybe even 20, you have to rest in between every 3 or 5 reps until you make it to that 50. So challenge yourself, keep the rest periods to about 60 to 90 seconds, even on the DTP, even on those 50 reps. Try to keep them below 90. It just keeps the intensity up, and it will just make the workout that much better. So I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, even though it looked like on my face I wasn't enjoying it. I was in my head, I was enjoying it. So I will actually start incorporating arms back into my workout. So let me know what you guys think. Like, share, comment below what you thought. And what you think about Chris Gethin's DTP. I hope you guys try this out. If you have any other suggestions, I'm always up for suggestions. This was something that has been suggested for a very long time. Like, DLB, you need an arm day. And I was like, but I don't train arms. So here you go, training arms again. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think. Thank you.